50-50. You know, the classic sweep is just right here, just take that classic butterfly sweep. But the problem with that is once they know the sweep, all they have to do is lean to the other side, and I'll never get them over, right? So this is where the double overhooks come in though. Once they lean that way, I can take this arm, all right? So now we get this arm hidden. Like a guillotine, right? Like curl that baby up, pinch your elbows tight like this to really control those arms. So I have 50-50, I'm leaning that way, he leans the other way. I'm even gonna bring him down a little bit to get his arm to drop. Scoop high, get it tight, all right? And I'm gonna focus on curling tighter on this side. This elbow's coming up, this elbow's coming in. Gonna keep his weight over there. So now I'm also pushing with my head, dropping down sideways, pulling my knee to my chest. So we're here, he's off base, I haven't really done much yet, okay? Now when we're at this point of the sweep, go back one step if you can. It's very common that he's gonna do one of two things. You know, he's gonna, I'm here like this, he's just gonna go over, or all he has left is to base out with his foot. Like that, okay? So in that case, my foot comes to his ankle. I'm just gonna push my toes as I keep pulling. The sweep. Now I could mount, but because I have a double overhook, I'm gonna go to the side, stay tight, jerk them up a little bit, so I have the immediate Bravo or Darce choke, okay? Over here, grab a bicep, comes back, make sure his arms between your legs, and then from here I want to push my chest into his shoulder, like I'm flattening him back out as I squeeze the elbows in. Or, I want to face his legs, catch a leg, and fall. All right, fall towards the shoulder. Always rolling the wrists. Roll, lean. I go to sweep, he leans to the other side. I kind of lean towards the other side with that hand to come down and scoop it up. Nice and tight. Leaning over his head with mine, creating the table. We're here, all right? See, he's resting on my table. It doesn't take a lot of energy. Just got to get it in the center. And now the foot comes out. Point the elbows, curl the, rotate the elbows. Keep your elbow pinched tight as you cut the knee across. Base and pull. Shoot the arm through. Push his head in. Get your bicep grip. Finish number one, arm between the legs. Drive in and squeeze. Finish number two, hook a leg. Sit back over the head. Now, I was talking about that table, right? My knee could be to the outside and all the weight's right here. Or my knee could kind of work its way in and support him up as well. In either case, this leg, if I want to get the sweep, even if he does a foot post, a lot of times I can get the sweep without taking the base out if I'm doing this move right here. So my bottom leg drives all the weight up onto my shoulder. Boom, as this knee is pulling, as my elbows keep turning, and then we kick out at the end. Bang. Cut the knee in, come up to the Bravo. So this move right here is the trick for a really powerful sweep. So if we're here, we'll get to the left side, he bases to the right, put his hand down, scoop him up, lean in, pull the knee up. I'm gonna use that bottom foot on the mat, push me up, cut the knee in, cut, jam his head in, finish with the Bravo. So if I go for the sweep, I'm here, and then I'm doing this to get the sweep, he's really gonna have to be fighting with that foot base, okay? And so if it doesn't work at this point, now I go out and take that foot out like I showed you in the beginning, all right? So number one, just get really good at this. A lot of times it takes care of it all, okay? Because it throws all the weight up this way. But if it's still not working, low foot post is this move right here, all right? Take that foot out. You'll catch the the ankle right with the arch of the foot, and then just point the toe at that point as you finalize the sweep. So we have the double overhooks, which is really nice. But to do the same sweep with a grip variation, which is very dominant, would look like this. I come in, I grab his wrist, I feed it to mine. So I feed my wrist to my wrist. I'm pinning it to the hip. All right? And I'm doing everything the same. I'm coming in, taking him over, cut the knee, and get the Bravo. Right? Foot post, all the same grip. You can do all the same details. Right? You're using this mechanic with the foot post defense. You have either the double overhooks, where when you're doing that, you want to make sure you're curling down and up at the same time, just like I'm doing a guillotine. Or the wrist grip, once again, looks like this. So when this hand touches the mat, I'm going to slide, I'm going to scoop it up, and I'm going to roll it in. Tuck your elbow to your side, roll the wrist. Like that. And then grab your own wrist. Elbows are in tight. And now we go. Keep your base here. Why not finish with the choke, right? It's right there. All right, so this is a really powerful variation of the butterfly sweep. And just to take a note, that the direction I'm going right now is my weak side, right? Classic is usually your strong side, because you're always going to tie up on your strong side naturally, right? So this is the weak side, all right? We'll talk about what happens when he's defending the weak side, but I'm making the weak side very strong by having head control. And that head control is right here. So once I get arm control, I now have head control. See how I bow him down with my head? And that makes this side very strong, even though it's going to be most of your weak sweep side in butterfly, all right? But the good thing about that is we start on the strong side, he defends it, move on to the weak side. If he gets good at defending the weak side, we're always going to finish on the strong side. All right, so the combo continues. The strategies continue if he's defending over here to get to the strong side for the finish, which works out very nice. And we'll talk about that in just a little bit. Trying to get his shoulder to the mat, so it should be here. It should look a little bit more like that. So when I have the sweep going, whichever one it is, I'm falling in. I'm not trying to just fall sideways. I'm trying to pull him up to his shoulder. And go diagonally, right? And then from here, once again, I could go over, or I can cut across. For the choke. Now, my intention is always go diagonal, right? And a lot of times he might fall sideways. That's fine. But if my intention is to go sideways, it's pretty easy to stop that, right? His base can deal with that pretty well. His base is weak in the diagonal direction. Most of the time when I'm doing guard sweeps, it's diagonals. Diagonal this way or diagonal that way, depending on the sweep. So it's rarely ever just side to side, okay? Now, so when I go for the first one, once again, we have the center line rule. So if he knows I'm trying to sweep him over to my left, he simply has to lean to the right, and I won't be able to get him over there, okay? So then I bring him to the right, get him to put his hand down. We're going to scoop that arm up like we saw, okay? Now, when I go for this sweep, he has pretty much three options. One is the foot posts, which we just saw was the low foot posts. Okay, that means the low foot post means it's low enough for my leg to snag, all right? If it's too high, my leg can't get it, that's a high foot post. So we would have a high foot post counter. So the foot post can be low or high. That's two options. Option number 3 is to sprawl, right? We're going to deal with the sprawl right now. So I'm here, I get his hand down, then I go, he sprawls like that. All right, so I can't pull his weight up. So what I'm going to do when he sprawls is just switch sides. All right, so I switch my hips, and go to the other side quickly. All right, and that's my strong side once again. It's almost always certain that you're going to get that sweep if you already have double overs and everything, right? So now we're here once again. Because I have double overs, I can always finish with the Bravo, no matter which side we go to. That's the good thing about double overs, right? I always have to choke at the end. So the Bravo choke me here once again. Now when I go this way and he sprawls, I need to make sure that I'm going to actually extend like this at the same time and then go to the other side. So at first I extend, I stretch him out, I lean, and then I sweep. So the sweep's a little different on this side. Lean left, right, scoop it up, try to sweep on the right, he sprawls, and then here we extend, and then we sweep. Foot just passes whatever way I want to go. This way, or this way. Pull him up. Finish with the choke. One thing I want to avoid in the butterfly sweep, and that's why I was showing you that knee pivot, is when I sweep on my knee should be connected to the hip. I don't want to just toss them, right? Because then I got to catch up with them. I'm going to give them a lot of space to recover, right? I got to stay connected as I do the sweep.
My opposite shoulder through. One.
Two. Now we're here, we extend, square up, extend. And then we pull. Other side, stay connected. Keep your base. It's hard to move until you get your knee under your chest. Once your knee's under your chest, you can move.
Alright, so my head.
You should finish.
Connected nice and tight to her.
So again, I'm here. I go left, he leans, pull him down, scoop over, I go right, he sprawls out, we extend on this one, extend, and then sweep. Come up, middle chest, pivot out, finish with the choke. Alright, so this is good because once again, it's a series of movements. And before I ever go for the very first sweep, I'm ready to go through all these movements. And it's rare that he's as ready as I am to go through all these movements. Right? He's reacting to me. I've already pre-planned all of it. Right? That's what makes the system strong. Right? If you're in a technical system and your partner is not aware of the system and the techniques to defend it, it's very hard to get out of that system. Right? So I can't jip any of the moves. The sequence doesn't work. They all have to be a real threat. So here, it doesn't take much. I'm trying to get him to go. He's leading, so we switch. He's getting down on that side, scoop it up. But if I'm not being serious about this one, he's sprawling. Now we're just kind of here. It's not the same. All right, so if we go back a step, I get the double overs. So put your hand down. So I'm scooping this hand and going for the sweep. I'm here. And now he's starting to try to sprawl his weight down. So I'm switching to the other side. Cut the knee in. Try not to toss him away. Scoop him up. I gotta get him fighting me. Like, if I get him fighting against this direction, as he's sprawling, he's also leaning towards the other direction. He's fighting back, right? So we're creating this back and forth battle all the time, right? That's an important concept. And I never want to be just like laying flat on my back. If that's the case, if he gets me flat on my back, we're here, I should always kick him back up. So I just kick my legs out that way and keep connected. Now I can go sideways again. Right? So like if I'm doing a classic sweep, for instance, I'm never going to be really down here and then sweeping there. Because right now all his weight's right on top of me. I literally have to pick him up and then move him over there. Okay? But if I'm doing this, it's totally different, right? We're falling. I'm using all my weight and momentum to get this sweep to work. So I'm going here. I'm going there. I'm going there. That's how it works. I gotta create that fight. Now, if you really want to get that classic side to weak side sweep, Double overhooks are nice because we keep going, but that wrist grip variation is super dominant because it exposes that shoulder right to the mat. He has nothing else other than to get that shoulder to the mat. Whereas with the double overhooks, he does still always have two hands on the mat. You got to learn to scoop those hands out of the way with your scoops. But when you have that wrist control, you know, when we're like this, when I go here, there's nothing for him to base with by that shoulder. And I'm trying to get him to his shoulder, so he's going to go. Whereas when I have the double overhooks, until you get used to it, the hardest part to deal with is that he can still put his hands down, right? But I got to get good at scooping those out by tucking those elbows in. Means you're high.